Hidden within the heart of Sardinia's wild Supramonte Mountains lies one of Europe's deepest and most breathtaking canyons, Goropu Canyon. In this episode, we will take you on a stunning hike along a trail through Sardinia's untouched wilderness, past gorgeous natural rock pools, and into the shadowy depths of this geological wonder. We will scramble over massive boulders to get to the deepest part of the canyon, where the nearly vertical surrounding rock faces are up to 400 meters high. With its towering cliffs and raw, untamed beauty, Goropu Canyon is one of Sardinia's best-kept secrets. Goropu Canyon is located in a remote part of Sardinia, in one of the least densely populated areas in all of Italy. Access to the trails leading to Goropu Canyon is off the Orientale Sarda Road, a scenic drive that offers fantastic views of the mountainous landscape along the way. If you're approaching from the north, you can leave your car at the Goropu Base Camp. Or, if you're approaching from the south like we did, you can leave your car at the Passo Genna e Silana. If you still need some advice before you start your hike, you can go talk to someone at the information booth. And there are a few things you need to be aware of. First, there are no toilets along the trail, so if you need the toilet, head across the road to the Bar Silana. Second, make sure to wear a pair of sturdy shoes so you have good grip and don't injure yourself on the rocks along the way. Third, this trail is moderately difficult, so you'll need a good level of fitness. The trail ahead is about 4 kilometers one way, and while it's mostly downhill, it's rocky and steep in parts. Fourth, pack plenty of water and food for on the way. Keep in mind that temperatures can get very hot during the day, especially in the summer. Make sure you have enough water with you to stay hydrated. Fifth, you can hike down the trail to the canyon anytime you like. But if you'd like to explore the canyon itself, you should know that it's only open between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. So make sure you time your visit right. Sixth, don't forget to bring cash, which you will need to pay for your entrance tickets to the canyon and potentially for a jeep ride back up. With all of that out of the way, let's finally hit the trail. To hike down to the canyon from the Passo Genna e Silana takes about 2 hours. The difference in altitude between the summit road and the entrance to the canyon down in the valley is about 700 meters. The first thing we noticed was the beautiful landscape with expansive views across the mountains and down into the valley. For the most part, the trail is well formed and initially follows along a limestone ridge known as the Costa Silana. The canyon and the trails are located inside Gennargentu National Park, which was established back in 1998. The national park offers varied habitats that are home to a number of plants and animal species like this Turanian wall lizard that are endemic to Sardinia.
Along the trail, you'll hike through some diverse landscapes, such as this dense green forest with a lot of shade, and then you'll end up in places like this, places that seem really harsh, inhospitable, hot, and if I just continue on a bit further here, you will see this very vertical rock face almost, and that is where the real hidden gem is. That is where the canyon is. That is where we're heading right now.
Now we're approaching one of the steeper sections of the trail. It's a little technical here, with loose rocks and some tight switchbacks, but nothing too crazy. Just take your time and you'll be fine. And trust me, the views at the bottom are worth every step.
Just outside the canyon are these beautiful, clear rock pools, and if you're wanting to cool off after a bit of a hike, this is literally the perfect spot to do that. Wow, it's really refreshing. I can only recommend it.
After the hike down, the rock pools are also a popular spot for a little rest and a picnic. We sat here for a bit, relaxed, and had our lunch. The little stream that trickles through here is the Fiuminedu River. It may not look like much, but if it wasn't for this river carving its way through the Supramonte Mountains, there would be no canyon to admire today. If you like, you can fill up your water bottle at the natural spring that's marked with the Sardinian flag. After a rest in the shade, it was finally time to explore the canyon. From the rock pools, it only takes a few minutes to walk to the entrance of the canyon.
Here we are at the entrance to Garapu Canyon, and this, at the ticket office just off to my right, is where you pay your entry fee in cash of €6 for an adult or €4 per child. Through the canyon itself, it's about 40 minutes going through these three sections. The green section, the easy part, the yellow section of medium difficulty, and the red section, which most people don't go through because it is too hard. If you're feeling tired at the end of your hike, you can also purchase a jeep ride back to your car for €18 per person.
Once you've paid your entry fees, you will need to wait for one of the mandatory introductory talks before you can start hiking through the canyon. We had expected this talk to be a safety briefing, but it turned out to be more about the geography, flora, and fauna. After the briefing, we couldn't wait to check out the canyon. To stay on track, all you need to do is follow the colored dots. The bottom of the canyon is littered with huge boulders, and there are some tight squeezes along the way. Looking up, it feels like you're standing in a giant cathedral. The terrain is no walk in the park. The ground is rugged and uneven, tough and wild. We had to scramble over boulders, clambering up and down massive rocks.
The canyon is divided into 3 zones of difficulty: the green, the yellow, and the red section right behind me, where we are now. The red section is the most difficult one, and most people choose not to continue, including us. But frankly, we're not missing much because we've been told that this is the prettiest part of the canyon, where the rock face is about 400 meters high vertically. That's pretty impressive.
After that, we started to slowly make our way back. We took our time because we wanted to enjoy this unique place for as long as we could. We considered the option of taking the Jeep back up, but then decided we'd rather walk and enjoy nature for a bit longer. The way back up was not as strenuous as we thought it would be, but we were still pretty tired when we got back up to the car around 6:15. What an amazing hike to one of the most spectacular destinations in Sardinia.